Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Lovin Riyadh show. Today is the 15th of April. Today's episode is about growth, but in two completely different ways. One is about nature quietly coming back to life, and the other is about Saudi brands expanding far beyond borders. Let's start with something that feels really grounding, because in the kingdom's reserves, something meaningful has been happening. There have been 55 new wildlife births recorded across protected areas like the Imam Abdulaziz bin Mohammed and King Khalid Royal Reserves. And at first, it might just sound like a number. But when you really think about it, it's much more than that, because these are species that were once at risk. We're talking about animals like the Arabian oryx, which is honestly one of the most iconic symbols of the desert. The Arabian sand gazelle, known for surviving in some of the toughest conditions. And the Nubian ibex, now returning to mountainous areas where it once thrived. And seeing them being born again in growing numbers, it tells a much bigger story, a story of recovery, because this didn't just happen randomly. This is the result of years of effort, protecting habitats, managing ecosystems, and creating spaces where wildlife can actually live, reproduce, and grow safely. It's a long process, and usually it's not something you see overnight, but moments like this, they show you that the work is paying off, that nature, when given the chance, really does come back. And there's something really powerful about that, because it's not just about saving animals, it's about rebuilding balance. Now, from something deeply rooted in the land to something expanding way beyond it. Let's talk about Saudi brands going global, because this is something we've been seeing more and more lately. And one of the latest examples, an Aramco station opening in Islamabad, Pakistan. And for a lot of people, that's a surprising sight. Seeing a Saudi brand, something so familiar locally, operating in another country. But at the same time, it also feels like a natural step, because Saudi Arabia today isn't just exporting energy, it's exporting experience, and it doesn't stop there. There are also talks of Al Baik entering the Pakistani market. And if that happens, you already know the kind of excitement that would bring, because these brands carry more than just products. They carry identity, familiarity, a whole experience that people recognize. And when they expand internationally, they take that with them. So it becomes more than just business. It becomes a cultural presence. And when you look at both of today's stories together, they actually connect in an interesting way. One is about investing in the land, restoring ecosystems, bringing life back. The other is about expanding outward, taking what's local and sharing it with the world. But both reflect the same thing, growth with intention, whether it's protecting what's here or sharing it beyond borders. It all comes back to vision. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for tuning into the Lovin Riyadh podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast from.